NAC Insurance take us across the ditch for all the action from J18.
Jamboree 18, we love the performance of Rod Harvey and his Rhayglass Celica team, taking it to the Aussies and smashing into the 6-second club. Crewing with our Rod Harvey is Aussie legend Ben Bray, who holds the top door slammer world record. This weekend he's running his MR1200 ute with a dirty old SR20 power plant.
Well, the day I started racing, I was 10.5 years old. I was in school racing junior dragster. I raced that till I was just turned 17 over here in Australia. Get your licence around 17 and a half. I got them straight away. I licensed the door slammer 3 weeks after getting my driver's licence, and been a pro driver ever since. Dad, like he's a hell of a guy. At the end of the day, he said to me, "There's a car there. If you want to have a go at it, have a go. If you don't like it, go play soccer. Do whatever you want to do." We love it so much that if you love it that much, you can't make money at it, because we do it every weekend. And sometimes you burn a lot of stuff up, and sometimes you don't break anything. And when you burn stuff up, no one's paying for it. At the end of the day, it don't matter how good your parts are, it's how good you tune it. I really respect the way the roaders make power and how hard they can rev them things, but you never see me drive one. I'm a piston boy, true and true. Yeah, it's a 1200 ute with 86 inches of wheelbase, so you compare that to what I'd normally drive with the door slammer and the funny car there. No, the door slammer's no shy of 115 inches of wheelbase, and the funny car's about 126. So when you get in something like this, you've got to be a lot more careful. And this thing's got a 4-link rear end in it with a big 9-inch diff, so on a slippery cold track, it doesn't handle real good. I get asked a lot of the time to put a 4G63, but I don't believe in putting a Mitsubishi engine in a Datsun yet. It's got a Garrett GT40 95, they call it. It's a custom turbo. It's got a custom front wheel and all that in it, so it makes a lot of boost. These little 4-cylinders don't make a lot of power down low, so you've got to get the turbo to flow. So it's only got a small exhaust housing on it, so it comes up, but it pumps 35, 36 pound of boost into it all day. There's not a fiberglass panel on it. It's still a standard 1200 ute all around. It's got a standard grille in it. It's got a standard bonnet pole, standard bonnet hinges. So other than that, I've cut the firewall out and it's got a full chassis in it. It's got a roll cage in it. So still Lexan windows. So other than that, the appearance of it, it's meant to look like a Datsun, but underneath it's a race car. I found out in the turbo world that turbo cars get up on gas. To get them up on the trans brake when you're running automatic, it's got a C4 automatic in it. So without the nitrous, I could probably sit on the start line for about 4 days before it made boost. And we're using the nitrous all the way down the track to try and get the air intakes a bit cooler and make a bit more power. The pressure of the side of things for me ain't real big. I raced against guys like Gary Phillips who've done it for 30 odd years, and my own father who's done it for 30 years, and them guys don't stuff up. So eventually you learn not to stuff up yourself, and if you want to win races, you've got to be there. Yeah, the car ran 816, like it's been 809 at the Winter Nationals. The air was a lot colder and the track was probably a little bit better at the Winter Nationals, but yesterday it went 816. It had a bit of a miss in top gear. We're just learning that when we put the nitrous in it, you've got to change the plugs and play around with the ignition, because obviously if anyone that's played with nitrous, you've got to take timing out of them. Well, the problem with timing in a turbo car is boost blows the spark out pretty easy. So when you're trying to work it out, you're trying to work out how much timing to take out so you don't burn the pistons out of it. You've got to work out how much timing to leave into it so it doesn't miss like it did. Like, my whole life's drag racing. I enjoy it. Like my whole family's involved. My girlfriend, my son's a drag fanatic. He everything at home. He works in the workshop with me 2 days a week, and he just doesn't stop. He's just a little head case. He just wants to work on stuff. Like, I'll be doing the maintenance on the door slammer and he'll climb under and help me. He doesn't care about getting dirty, getting stuff in his eyes. It's just another day for him.
And Ben ran an 8.161 at 163 miles per hour for 5th place.